Hello and welcome to Tales of the Astral, a D&D actual play exploring the astral plane. Let's start as we always do with introductions. If you would like to start, Charlotte.
Sure. I'm Charlotte. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Where, an auto gnome, Circle of the Moon druid who uses it, they pronouns.
Hello, I am Amy. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Aster, who uses they, them pronouns. They are an Eladrin elf peace cleric.
Hello, I am B. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Iker, who uses he, they, it pronouns. They are a plasmoid warlock / bard.
Hello, I am Danielle. I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing Mayor, any pronouns, and he is a gift paladin.
Hey, I'm Beck, she, they, and I'm playing Helionics, they, them, and Astral Elf, Monk, Artificer.
Wonderful. And I am M, your humble DM, and I use she, her pronouns, and we will get right into the recap. Last time on Tales of the Astral, we rejoined the party on the planet of Pax in the Laser's Crest Bar. There they met Reggie, an old friend of Aster's who had been captured by the Conexus and rescued by the UAH. In fact, Reggie had joined the UAH and had begun to search for both Aster and their lost friend Pip. And she found him. Reggie saw Pip being transported on Pax. He was controlled by an antenna device on his head and was taken into a Conexus ship. After tracking this ship for months, Reggie and her crew have found what they think is a secret station on the edges of wild space where they believe Pip is being held. Speaking of Reggie's crew, her resident tech expert, Ick, turned out to be none other than Icker's father. A tense conversation was had, ending in Ick giving over the encrypted data crystal they had been working on, the information about Project Nova, and everything they have about this mysterious dark spot that they believe is a secret station. Back on Plantric, the party invited Reggie, Ick, and the rest of their crew, Niskissa and Banzazi. Oh wait, let me make sure I got that name right, because I don't think Banzani. I wrote it down wrong in my notes. Twist Top to come aboard. We rejoin them as they head towards this secret station just coming out, taking off from Pax. You've been told it's about a 5 to 8 day journey if you would like to go through wild space, or it could be less going through the Astral Sea, but that is a very different story if you'd like to do that. But yes, we will come back right as we enter the ship. You guys are just taking off. Is there anything that you do or say to each other before we get into this period of traveling downtime?
Iker is going to probably, escort the newest part of our little crew here down to the servants' quarters. They show them around. Iker definitely tells their dad that they have to keep their suit on. Unless they're traveling through the pipe. No, they probably would tell them about the pipes. Just because, just like Iker, their dad, if they walk around, they will eat through Plantric. So, gotta be careful.
It's true. Anything else? Yeah, we show they are escorted. They're happy, basically just like a small space. You're actually this is a very full ship at this point. I will give you the choice. You can give them there is a separate guest quarters like Lady Zala has, or there is a hold with hammocks and such.
Yeah, I was thinking the hold. They're definitely not guests.
We're not paying passengers.
Mm-hmm, no. That's true. Neither are we.
Yes, y'all are like essentially like Iker basically considers you part of the crew at this point.
We're putting the risk to our life via Mother
Yeah.
Earth.
So
Amazing. Okay. We will get into our downtime activities. Is there anybody that would like to go first? This.
I'll go first really quick. I want to do something really quick. Probably like after you bring all of the new crewmates to the hold where they're staying, I would probably go find Iker. Hey, Iker. I just wanted to say thanks for letting us use your ship for this. I know it's kind of a big ask, but it's to help a friend, so I do really appreciate it.
Oh,
yeah.
No problem. There is a mutual beneficiality to the mission, so no thank you necessary.
Okay. Well, I did make you something as a thanks. And so I'll bring out, because you have your gloves of the sign language, you have hands, so I made a bracelet. And if you look, it's repurposed from that free bag that we got back on Armadora Station. And it's just like braided together into like a little bracelet that you can wear. So Aster gives that to you as a little thanks.
It says Icky on it. That's my name.
Yeah, I made it for you. I just, wanted to show your appreciation for taking on me and Helio when you found us out there and everything else. And, we can overlook that little hiccup a couple days ago, but it's fine.
Right. Yes, not my finest hour.
Yeah.
Iker gives you a very big, sticky hug.
Aster leans into it and hugs you back.
Nice. Let me see. How much damage? I'm just kidding. Ooh, that's fun.
You're a good friend, Iker.
Aw. Thank you. Iker kind of like looks around. You see that like they like reach into their goo and pull out just like the shiniest, most intact eyeball that they have, and they hold it out and just kind of like slide it into your palm, and they say, "This will last for 1,000 years. Maybe you could make it into a necklace or an earring."
I think Helionics would love something like that.
I think so
goes down,
too.
Fine.
Great idea.
I get it.
Yes, I meant to do that.
Well, thanks for this. I'll get to work. Will this eyeball actually last 1,000 years? I'm curious.
I thought so. But
Go ahead and let's just do a straight luck check. So just roll a d20.
Great. Yeah, let's see.
Or actually, wait. Let's see. Roll a d100, and then that'll be the number of years.
Okay, great. Love that. 35.
You estimate, Iker, it's about 35 years.
Maybe not 1,000, but a few decades.
Good enough. Thanks. I'll put it in my pocket. Head on back to my quarters.
Love to see it. Wonderful. Who's up next?
I'll go next
Mm-hmm.
with one of my scenes. So, I'm assuming this is probably like the night after we all get in the ship and start going out, but Helio's going to try and find wherever Mayor would be hanging out, assuming that it's the kitchen, and going to check there first.
Yeah, actually, I had an idea. You find Mayor sneaking around your workshop. I'm looking for walkie-talkies.
Okay, so Helio has been searching for Mayor for like 30 minutes now. They're like, where the hell are they? I can't find them.
It's a small ship, but it was very difficult. It's literally the last place you checked was your workshop.
Mayor?
Oh, why?
What are you
I was
doing?
looking for you.
I was
Here.
actually looking for you. What are you doing in the workshop?
And
And like moves to stand in between you and the ship, sort of like.
oh, you see, I was looking for you. I had a question. I was hoping to get like some walkie-talkie type dealios. I heard those.
Oh.
That's a thing.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I can put some together. What do you want them for? I
Oh,
guess?
you know, communicating with people, as one does.
That is a very vague request, but sure, because I mean, yeah, sure. And if there aren't already a couple of walkie-talkies down there, Helia will take a few seconds, or however long you would say that would take to. Do you just want 2 walkie-talkies?
Yes, 2 should be sufficient for my purposes.
And do you need them to be like actual walkie-talkies, or can I just like put some string in between 2 cups and give that to you?
No, they need to like actually function. You know what? Maybe a listening device would be more accurate. I don't need to speak back. I need to listen.
Kind of like a baby monitor.
A baby monitor. Yes. I want to keep an eye on the plantrix.
Oh, okay. The plants that can't speak at
Yes.
all? Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead. Mayor, roll a d20 and add either your perception or your persuasion or your deception. Don't tell us which.
I got a 16.
That's going to be a 15.
What does Helionics read from you?
You sense that this has something to do with you. And perhaps a certain plan that is in motion?
Actually, I don't think I can make a baby monitor. That's not really. I can do the walkie-talkies, but I can't really. I've never been around a baby, so so I can't. I don't know.
I see. We all have our limits, and you know, sometimes it's just not possible when you just don't quite know what you're doing.
No, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, good. So you'll make them.
Yeah, I'll make them. Yeah.
Does Helio make Mayor working baby monitor?
Yeah, I mean, this is relatively simple tech. You know, it's incredibly useful on ships to be able to have some kind of communications. So this is kind of like something that, you know, it's a project when you're about the age of 10 in whatever astral elf years are in, on Amadora Station. You learn how to make like a simple walkie-talkie.
Okay, put it together. Can I roll a sleight of hand check to put in some sort of thing that I can turn it off with without...
I love it. Yes, definitely.
That's a 17.
Nice. If you would like to roll perception, Mayor.
Oh,
So you are watching Helionics build.
14.
Yeah, you do not notice.
And Helio's shaking a little bit because it's a lie. Here is your baby monitor thing that I don't know what you're using it for. And
Of course not. I've been very vague. I'm in your debt. What can I do for you?
Right. Yeah. Yes, I came. So can you? I don't cook a lot, and I
I've
need help
noticed.
sort of.
You want to learn?
I want. Yes. Yeah. Actually, if you wouldn't, if you have the time, I mean, I'm sure you
I
have.
nothing but time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I would appreciate it if you
All
would
right.
help.
To the kitchen! And Mayor's gonna usher Helio out of the barrel.
To the
What?
kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you thinking of making?
To be quite honest, I never really been on a picnic, not because just I never really thought about it. So I guess I'm assuming what picnic things are. It's like just like sandwiches, or maybe like I got all of this fruit and stuff and nuts. Like maybe if you could help me make some sort of like baked good or something for that, because you're really good at making cookies, things like
Yeah,
that.
some sandwiches, some cookies. Do you want the love heart shaped cookies? You could set the mood.
Sure. Yeah, sure. That would be. I was thinking maybe also some like tarts with the we can make some jam tarts, something like that with the fruit.
Perfect.
But we
jam
can also do
tart,
the tart.
alright.
Yeah.
We could do both. Alrighty. Mayor goes and pulls out a gigantic cookbook, and then just thumps it down on the table.
Why is that dusty? How did you?
I'm very skilled. I don't often use it, but for a beginner like you, it's helpful to go back to the instructions, back to basics. And you seem like the type to follow a manual or something, and this is like that.
That's true. I do like manuals. Sure. Okay. Yeah. And Helio will lean over and look at the book, trying not to be too eager because they really want to just read all of it.
All right. Mayor starts walking Helio through making tarts, making the dough and the filling. I don't know how to make tarts, but Mayor probably does.
I would say yeah. So for a cooking check, that does take chef's tools, cooking utensils of some kind of proficiency in that. But Mayor is also a troop leader in the Space Cadets. Of course, troop spelled TROUPE. And so you are proficient in teaching. And I think charisma makes sense. So go ahead and you can make a check with your proficiency and charisma. And Helionics, if you would like to make what is the appropriate skill, or not skill, but ability? Dexterity, maybe? Intelligence?
I mean, I'm fine with either of those. I can do a dex check.
Let's do dexterity. You have to crack open eggs, mix things.
I got a 6.
You said proficiency and charisma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a persuasion check. But that's a nat 1. Perfect.
Cool.
There are so many eggshells. There are so many eggshells in that pastry, y'all.
Something might be smoking.
Is it supposed to be this sticky? It's sort of not. Can't get it off my hands.
Oh, this might be a slime recipe. I think Iker might have gotten into my cookbook and maybe altered some things. That surely this must be the problem because
Fire, that says slime recipe at the top of it. We've been doing this for an hour.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm going to taste the slime.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 14.
I'm not
You've eaten worse in your lifetime.
So this does not have any fruit in it at all. So it will not work for a tart, unfortunately.
Okay. Should we try something else? Or
Yes.
I can't give
might
this.
be best. Unless you'd like to feed Aster this. They seem to be adventurous.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't want Esther to see this. And Helio's gonna try and hide it in whatever trash receptacle it is and put paper over it so that no one can see that it's in there.
A good
Maybe that was a
warm-up.
bad idea. A warm up? Are we gonna try again?
Yeah, let's give it another go.
You can try once more. I'll have so Mayor go roll first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A second nat one.
Cool. Yeah, helionics. This time make a dex check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Dex
Oh
with
no.
disadvantage.
Okay.
I'll just roll it.
Oh, just dex. Just helionics roll dex check.
Okay.
This is based off your teaching.
I got a 22 and an 11, so it's an 11.
Okay. You somehow manage, like, you intuit that things should be, like, you stop following Mayor part of the way through and start just kind of doing what's logical, you think?
Okay, I don't think I should punch the eggs like that. I'm gonna just whisk them into...
It says to beat the eggs. I'm beating the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Beat.
I'm all... Yeah, you do that. Yeah, I'll try to hide that I'm doing it differently.
I think in this moment too, Helionics, you're kind of questioning whether Mayor has been a good cook, or whether it's just been a long time since you've eaten food.
I really haven't eaten anything since I got out of the Astral Sea outside of Mayor's cooking. So that makes... I really need to go to a restaurant or something.
Shells that French. Calcium. Don't need a few vitamins.
Good protein.
Is that why those cookies were always so crunchy when you gave them to
Very
us?
crisp.
Okay. Helio thinks that in their head, has a crisis, does not mention it at all. Continues making their very average, below average tarts.
They're definitely, like a first or second attempt from somebody. You can kind of tell that, but they're edible for sure.
Mayor's created more slime.
Yep. And you also have a huge bowl of slime.
Iker might really like that, Mayor.
Yes, I was thinking they would be the perfect to taste test.
You hear a gurgle from the direction of the trash can, or what you thought was a trash can, but actually it was just Iker sitting there with their mouth open.
Mayor just kind of dumps it in. It sticks to the bowl, and it's hard to get out.
Iker just takes the bowl.
That's fun. Mayor, how long have you been cooking for?
Oh, decades. Almost as long as I've been alive.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I believe you.
I used to live in a commune, and I was the cook. I had to leave eventually, though.
Oh, why? For what reason?
Well, see, it was a nudist colony, and got kind of cold in the winter. So then I left. And I was the cook. Cool. Yeah, that's nudist colony. Cool. That's fun. This was the problem. Yes.
Yes. Helio wants to think about that further, but feels like they've already invaded Mayor's personal information. So they're just gonna be like, that. I mean, I think that you always make pretty cool things for us. So, yeah.
I am very talented.
I mean, yes. Yeah.
And then Mayor's gonna pull out a nice little picnic basket and stick the baby monitor in it.
Just openly?
No, I'm just like tucking it in with other things.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand, and you can make a perception, Helio.
That's a 16.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna make it with disadvantage because I'm really just trying not to think about Mayor in the nudist colony right now. Okay, I got a 6. I rolled a 7 and a 6, so it wasn't really
wonderful.
Oh, that was that one. Beautiful.
It's a very lovely picnic basket.
Yeah, thanks for helping me pick this out, by the way. I don't know what I would have done without you and where. I was there sort of, how are there so many different picnic baskets? There was like 20 in there. That doesn't make any sense. It's just a basket, right? Is this one
People
fine?
like
Do you think this one's
variety.
fine?
Yes. Yeah. This is perfect. They're going to be very,
Okay.
very happy.
Okay,
But you should do
Helio,
what I told you about lying that there's a crisis. So that way their adrenaline is up. And then you're like, oh, but it's a date. And then they're so relieved and happy. That'll be perfect.
can I make a wisdom saving
there's
throw to
a
see if
fire.
that makes sense?
I
to
do.
me?
Yes, wisdom saving throw is amazing. Great choice.
Can I make a stealth check?
I got
to
a
see-
nat one. I think that's a really great plan.
Mhm. And then what was that, Iker?
I wanted to make a. If it's fine because they don't believe it, or they do believe it. But I also wanted to make a stealth check to see if I could get out of the room.
Yeah, very good.
Helio's gonna pull out a piece of
Oh
paper
my
and
gosh!
write
Another nat one. What is happening here?
You know,
The slime I
No.
fed you, it's just so sticky.
I still have the bowl, and yet again, like I try to like zoom over like to the pipe, but Iker, like as they like go in, the bowl just crashes against like the edge, and they're like, oh no, whoops.
Iker, why are you pretending to be a trash can? That's really weird. If I'm being honest.
Is that weird?
You could have just asked to eat the trash. We wouldn't have told you no.
I mean, it's your ship. You can just eat the trash if you want to. Yeah, it's weird. It's a little
Like
weird.
composting. It's a sustainability initiative.
Well, I was in here, and then you all came in, and I didn't want to interrupt, but I also was hungry, so I figured I would do what I normally do when Mayor cooks, which is pretend to be the trash can.
Iker, have you been hiding more now that your father is aboard? Is this about your
Yes.
dad? You know, I am a licensed counselor. In case you want
Oh,
family therapy later. You might need to
Iker's
sit
just
down.
like sucking their goo into the pipe as fast as they can.
And Mayor goes
You know-
forward and catches the bowl as it falls out. Got my bowl back. Put it back on the shelf without washing it.
You know,
It's shiny, it's very clean.
I was gonna say getting all that slime out probably would have been really hard, but I think Iker took it all, so that actually works out pretty well. Have you ever washed a dish in here?
You know,
Or does Iker
Probably.
just do that to all of them?
well, it's hard to say. Someone should look into that.
Yeah. And Helio pulls out a really long list that they've made, and they strike out bake things on it and make food. And they also add in, come up with a emergency to trick Aster. And then they also say, get new plates. And then they fold it back up and they put it in their pocket. And they say, thank you. And they're going to put the tarts and the other things that were easier to make into the basket and sort of like hide it in the back of the fridge and be like, I have a lot of things that I need to get done. But I thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. And bye.
Happy to
And
help.
they're just going to run.
Bye-bye. Remember about the fire thing. Tell them there's a fire. That'll work.
Okay, yeah, I will. They pull it out, they add fire in parentheses as they're running out on the list.
Terrific. Yeah. Who is up next? Anybody?
I can go, and it might be relevant for later. So Ware wants to spend a couple days doing like plant growth on the baby plantrix.
Mm-hmm. I love
And-
it.
So that's going to just be like Ware is busy for 2 days. And then wants to, on like the end of the second day, go and steal a bunch of food from the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then try to talk to the baby plantrix because Ware has decided they probably need to learn to eat.
Interesting. So the plant growth is that you're doing the 8 hour
yeah, like the
thing.
8 hour, like
Mhm.
maybe now they can talk. Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
they still can't.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead and do a check with wisdom and proficiency.
Okay. Wisdom and proficiency. Okay, I'm just gonna do an insight check. Where's it? Oh, there we go. 14.
14, nice. You are able to definitely like channel the spell. What does it look like? What does it look like when Ware is doing this 8 hour plant growth?
It looks like there might be like a strobe light in the because like it's like Where's Magic is usually like kind of rainbowy, so like it's like light and rainbows, but like for 8 hours it's very distracting and kind of probably terrible for everyone around.
Absolutely love it. Yeah, you notice the first thing you notice is that like Plantric is loving it, like because it's an area of effect, and so Plantric is also like you see that Plantric is like halfway to creating like kind of a new little office space near the front of the ship. And is looking like vibrant and healthy. You see that the Plantrix with all of this are growing quite fast. At this point, you have these 3 3-foot kind of oblong shaped balls, just tangles of vines. Yeah, we get to that 3rd day where you've got some food. What do you do?
Cass speak with the plants on the way in, and it's just like, hey guys, are you hungry? Very hesitantly, because Ware's been around a lot of like animals and baby animals, and like at some point they shouldn't eat that isn't magic.
You start to like feel, you don't hear words as you speak to them, but you do like hear like this feeling of hunger. Not overwhelming, just like a slight feeling of hunger.
And then what Ware wants to do is essentially put out like 3 piles of things, like a pile of fruit, a pile of like carbs, maybe cookies, and then a pile of like meat, and let's see what they eat.
Amazing. You see these Plantrix babies, these little Marimo balls start to move down and like check out, and you see that they're now able to like take out vines just as Plantric is, and like kind of like they pick up the meat and they move it around and they pick up the fruit. But then you see that like they put each of them down and then they go towards one of the portholes and start like reaching against the glass.
Do you also want to eat a star?
You just, yeah, you have this feeling of like light, like they are searching out the light.
Okay, do I have something I can do for that? I have okay, so Ware's gonna make light, so I produce flame. So Ware's gonna like do like little flame fireball in their hand, because I think that's how that works. And it lasts for like 10 minutes. But also and out to be like, don't touch it, please don't touch it.
You see they start to like swirl around and they get kind of close but not too close. They do like, you sense that they like start to like warm up and feel that like energy radiating off.
Okay. That's useful information. And they're not talking in words yet. It's still just all like,
yeah, you get clear concepts through it, but not like articulated speech. But you know that's kind of like I think that you've spoken with plants enough through the galaxy to know that like Plantric has been kind of an anomaly in their ability. I mean, they can talk pretty well, kinda. For a plant, they can talk pretty well.
Okay. So what Ware wants to try and communicate with them is, do you need your own ship now? Is it time for you to like go and be a ship, or like?
Amazing. When you try to communicate that, you see that they all kind of like gather around you, and you see little vines start to like crawl onto your circuits and everything.
Can I insight check the vines?
Sure, yeah.
11.
You can tell they want, and you've kind of started to get this impression over like, you're spending 8 hours a day with these Plantrix multiple days, and you get the impression that they are like imprinted on you.
Oh great. Okay. Okay, and with that impression, Ware's just gonna like stay there for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a spot that anyone wanted to use that's now like occupied. Also, how big are these things? You said like 3 feet?
Yeah, they're now about 3 feet long. They're kind of spherical, but they're a little more oblong than that.
They're bigger they're like Ware-sized.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So Ware's gonna like hang out with them until they, I don't know, I guess appear to go to sleep or whatever, and then leave.
Yeah, you see after a while they start to like float down
Yeah.
and just like lay on the ground.
I think at some point while Ware is sitting with the plants, just not moving, covered in plants, Aster would probably come and find you down in the little greenhouse. Oh, looks like you're making some good progress with these guys.
I think they might think I'm their mom, which is weird.
You kind of are, right?
I mean,
you've propagated, raised, nurturing them. That's.
I mean, technically, Mare's the one who like
maternal
propagated them initially.
That's fair. So you and Mare, the mom and the dad?
Yes, I should probably tell Mare.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they want that kind of responsibility, but
Find out.
But I have something for you where just as a token of my appreciation, it's been good to spend time with you and get to know you on this little thing, and you remind me of an old friend, and I appreciate that. But and then I'll get out, it's kind of a tiara or like a headdress thingy that's like vines and wires kind of weaved together. So it's kind of it's got like the natural element and like the technological element, kind of like Ware. And so I hold it out to them. Here, you can put it on your head and wear it, kind of like this one, and because Aster has one too. But I just like to make these kinds of things for my friends. So here you go.
Ware's gonna take it and look at it really closely, and then be like, "Thank you. It's very unique, just like you." And then put it on. Do you want to hang out with the plants? They're very touchy today.
That sounds awesome. Here, you want to smoke a little bit?
Sure. It does nothing to Ware.
I'm not sure if Ware breathes, but
Ware
we
doesn't
can try it out. We'll see if it works.
Vents. You can move the smoke through the vents.
Or do you want to like turn into something and then have a little bit and then turn back and see what happens? I don't know. We can just test it out a little bit.
That is a good experiment.
Yeah.
So Ware will turn into probably a squirrel. I guess take a toke and then turn back and see if it sticks.
Is it on a physical level or a spiritual level? Let's see. You go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. I like it.
Wisdom saving throws. 13.
13. Yeah, you feel it carry over a little. It was definitely more intense as a squirrel. As a tiny, rapidly beating creature, like rapidly heart beating creature, it was pretty intense. But now that you're back in your form, you feel a little more solid, but you feel different. It's unusual.
Okay.
Did it work?
I think so. It feels a bit
Nice.
different. Is this like how you feel all the time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Love it. Wonderful. Yeah. Anything else anybody would like to do?
I did want. Oh, sorry. Before the romance scene, Iker did want to try one last time to get their astral fishing badge. So I think it's a survival check.
Yes.
All right, Iker. Survival is not our strong suit. We hugged the mother oops.
Before you roll, or if you're already rolling, that's fine. But first we're gonna do you go with Mayor, or are you just doing it by yourself?
Oh, yeah. I would definitely be getting Mayor because I want Mayor right there just in case I succeed.
Exactly. So Mayor, go ahead and you could roll your charisma and proficiency for teaching your specialty in the Space Cadets. And we will see if that affects Iker's roll.
Oh, another nat 1.
No!
Mayor goes to flick the rod and throws it. Just let's go.
What is going on with Mayor? It's been hard since you were. I think maybe if this sounds good to you, this is a reaction to hearing the name Admiral Craig. It might have broadened up some stuff.
Mayor's been rattled.
That is all right. We don't need a pole. And Iker uses their pseudopod ability to just like stretch a long line of goo.
Did you put little bait at the end? Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check. It's up to you. If you're listening to Mayor's advice, you'll do it at disadvantage. If you think that you would just do it the way you've been taught before, you can make it straight.
The trick is to throw as hard as you can, so you can make some good distance between you and the fish. They're more likely
hard as I can. Got it. I'll do it with disadvantage. We are going. Oh, so close. Yeah, that's a 9.
You are, it's maybe the better part of an hour. You keep throwing stuff out. You do see every once in a while there's like a space guppy who like comes somewhat close and then gets kind of freaked out as Mayor starts loudly telling you what to do.
Throw water!
All right, Iker throws it. I feel at one point they throw it and it just keeps going. It just detaches fully from Iker and just flies off. And oh dear. I hope that doesn't become an ooze.
Then you'll be like Plantrick. Just little.
No, children. Then I'll be like my dad.
Oh, tragic.
No, it wasn't that bad. He did raise me to an adult, but no longer. Anyway, so, did you get the baby monitor made?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank God Helio was willing. The plan B was to just put you in a jar and leave you in the greenhouse.
Oh, no. Phew, not the jar. I don't like the jar.
Oh, it's just a little quiet reflection place.
Right. My personal hell.
Well,
reminds me of the sea.
Oh, poor Iker. I could decorate it so it looks like the sea as well. Nostalgic.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm not gonna try it again.
Well, I can't give you your fishing badge, but here's a persistence badge for your good effort. Star student.
Yay! Takes the little star badge, sticks it.
It's always unsettling when you do that.
Good. Lux, look! I got a new badge! Just runs off, or slides off, I guess I should say.
You're impressive, Captain. Anybody else as we keep going through our downtime?
Unless anyone else wants to go first, I have something. Okay. A few things. One, can I take 20 in the area that I want this to happen so that I can describe it once Aster gets, if Aster gets there? Okay. I'm gonna do that. How long is this? 5 days?
Yeah, 5 to 8, depending on if there's like solar flares or creatures in wild space. There's always some differentiation.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is day 4. So, I'll take 20. I'll describe what that looks like when we get down there. Helio's gonna. Helio always wears this, right? Helio's always in like work jumpsuit thing, goggles, stuff like that. They're gonna not wear the goggles. They're gonna tie their hair back and like put on like a nice like lilac long sleeve V-neck and just some nice pants and stuff so that they're not dressed like this. At least if those are available on the ship, you can tell me if that wouldn't be.
Oh yeah,
we can not do that. But... Okay.
You also
We'll
had the ability. You guys kind of like shopped around. You got a tattoo back in packs. Like there was a little time there if you wanted to pre-plan some stuff.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Then I got that there if I didn't already have it. So the picnic basket's been moved down there. Can I make a roll to see if I notice the thing? I don't think Helio is looking for it. Just sort of like, would I notice that it's there at all?
Yeah. What's your passive perception?
15.
15? And what did you get, Mayor, on the sleight of hand back then?
15.
Oh.
Or no, that was for something else.
Let me look.
My passive investigation is a 16.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know.
Oh, it was a 16 sleight of hand.
Ooh.
We can say I don't see it.
I think let's do an investigation check. We'll do to see if while you're setting stuff up you notice it.
I do not. I have a lot more important things on my mind right now.
Let the dice decide. Yes.
Let the dice decide. Okay. That all happens. Helio pulls out the list again, and the only thing left on there is yell fire. And they look at it and they're like, that seems like a good idea. Okay. Fold it up and put it back in the pocket. And they're gonna try and run into rooms and they're gonna try and run into rooms and yell fire that they think Aster might be in because they really don't have time to check beforehand, so they probably do that a couple of times into empty rooms.
I love
eventually doing it in the room that Aster is currently in.
Yes. How about you you roll a d20 and we'll see the order in which you run into rooms.
It's a 12.
Oh, a 12. Yes, the first room that you go into is empty. Go ahead and roll again.
Roll. Computer, obey my will. That is a 19.
Oh, a 19. Yeah, this time on your second try, it's above all odds. On your second try, you're able to run into where Aster's hanging out.
Against all odds,
Fire.
Aster is in their room. Fire?
There's a fire. I need your help. Follow me.
Oh,
Come on.
Yeah, where? Should we get the others?
No, I think they're already there. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I thought I just heard Iker in the pipes, but okay, it's
That's
fine.
really crazy. He can get there faster than us, though. And he's probably listening right now. Follow me.
Okay, I'm following.
Amazing.
And I'm leading Aster down to the workshop where the ship is.
I love it.
Okay. So you just follow? You're just down for the...
Yeah, probably when I see we're heading down, I was like, oh no, did something go wrong with the ship? Did you break something? Did it explode?
I definitely did something down there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, are we gonna have to start over with your ship?
I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Okay. You got like a really weird energy right now, and I'm not sure how to think about it.
Sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, we should keep running. It's an emergency.
It's not that big of a ship. At this point, you have run down to the workshop.
Okay.
As you enter, like the hatch on the ship has sort of been propped open, so it's sort of like it's set up like a little like tent cabana thing with like little Helios made little like electric gamer lights. Essentially, I guess is how you could describe them. And it's set up like a little picnic area with some pillows and some other like it's not really like you would think like candlelit picnic, but it's a lot more technological than that. So anything that might be like a natural candle or something is going to have like that technical edge to it. But that's what Aster sees when we run into the room.
I don't know if those candles count as fire.
That was a lie. I lied. Mayor said it would be a good idea. And now that I'm looking at your face, I think that might have not been a good idea. There's no fire, but I wanted to ask you to have a picnic with me.
Oh. You know, you could have just asked me to go on a picnic with you.
That's a really good idea. I didn't think about that.
No,
I'm
it's
so
it's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
This looks great.
Okay. Yeah, sit down. And Helio like opens up the picnic basket that was sitting there. And is like pulling some stuff on. It's like I made some sandwiches and some tarts, and they say it a little bit softer and put those a little bit further away from you. Oh, I didn't bring any cups, but I did bring some cider. But oh my god, I completely forgot to bring cups. That's really embarrassing.
That's okay. And I'll take the bottle of the cider, and then I'll open it. We can just drink from this. It's fine.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
I would like to say really quick, out of character, Aster's passive perception is 17. So I think that while you start taking stuff out of the basket, I see something in there, and I'm like, what is that? It's this little black thing. Did you...
Thanks, Mayor. And I'll pull the tab out that deactivates it and throw it.
Nice. I was gonna have a perception check rolled by Mayor to see if they noticed when exactly it was happening. But with that, I think y'all are privates, just the two of you.
What?
It was a baby monitor Mayor asked me to make. I sort of figured that they were. I mean, they helped me get the picnic basket and stuff, so they knew about it. And when they asked, I figured that that's what it was for. I didn't see it, though. I've been looking in that all day. I can't believe that you found it, but
so
it's fine.
You made it for them to spy on us, knowing that it was probably going to be used for that?
Well, they said that I wasn't good enough to make it, and I couldn't just let that stand, right? But I put in I could have turned it off whenever
fair.
I saw it, so
that's fair. Yeah. Good thing
maybe
I
I
saw
shouldn't have just made
guess.
it. And Helio sort of shifts around on the pillow a little bit, not quite sure what to do, just sort of nervously eating a sandwich.
Could I try one of those tarts?
Yeah.
You said you made them, right?
I did. Yeah, I
Yeah?
made them. They're better than the first ones I made, but
Oh, okay. Was that the bowl that I saw floating around in Icker for a second a few days ago?
yes.
Okay.
Actually, I think that bowl was Mayor's. No, that bowl was mine. I didn't know that Icker was the trash can when I threw it in there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. How are they?
Oh, take a bite. It's pretty good. Probably the best tart I've ever had. I will be honest, I don't know if I've ever had a tart.
Well, hopefully, if I make them again, they'll be even better than this one. So,
Mm-hmm.
To be quite honest, I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess so. Tell me more about yourself. I guess besides all the things I already know about, like Reggie, things like that.
Well, are you familiar with the Feywild?
I'm familiar with it in that I've heard of it before, but of course I've never been there outside of that.
That's where I'm from.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you end up in the Astral Sea?
Well, it was... I don't know how much you know about the Feywild, but it's a lot of bureaucracy and expectations, and people have certain standards, and if you don't live up to them, they get mad, and I just wasn't really about that kind of life, so I just left. And I ended up here, and I miss it sometimes, but I don't really think about going back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the Feywild, but sounds at least fairly similar to where I grew up. So,
yeah, I kind of got that vibe from our brief visit, and the fact that they would disown you for coming back with friends instead of a ship.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think that. I don't think Toma would have done that.
Okay.
But this is. It wouldn't have been good for me or for any of my parents if I had done that. It sort of would have been more like being a social pariah, and I didn't want to do that to any of them. So, but I have a ship now. I could go back, but that's only part of it. I was supposed to go out and explore and see more things and spend time learning about the stuff outside of Armador Station, and I don't know if it would feel right to go back before I did that.
I mean, you've spent some time with all of us, and we're about to go, hopefully, take down the Connexus, and I'd say that's a pretty big accomplishment to go back with.
Yeah, it would be. I mean...
And you've got all of us to vouch for you, so...
I appreciate that. And it's not that I don't think that wouldn't be a big accomplishment. I just think, like, I've been gone for 70 years, right? I don't have 70 years worth of knowledge and experience and things that I've seen to go back with, even if I do come back with something big. And, maybe I could go back and see them and then leave again to finish that if I still feel like I need to. I feel like I might. I really don't. I feel I've felt a lot more purposeful with everyone here than I ever did, even before I got lost, right?
Mm-hmm. What's the plan after you go back? You finish your mission, head back home. What do you want to do then?
You know, I'd like to say I stay and do things there. I mean, that was always the plan, right? You leave and you come back and then you stay. And then you continue working in some aspect of the station. But I don't think I want to do that anymore. I think I want to keep seeing what's out there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing what's out here for a long time, and I feel like you never really run out of stuff to see.
Well, and you don't have to say anything yet, but after everything with Connexus is over, I mean, I have an extra seat on my ship if you wanted to explore a little bit more with me. I would stay here, but I feel like I really need to sort of go my own way for a little bit. And you don't have to say anything now, and it's fine either way, but you're welcome to come if you'd want to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll think on that. I would like to make a perception check, just because that's Aster would probably perception check
For
at this
sure.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, 13. Yeah. I'm distracted.
Yeah, you just see what is around you in your direct vicinity.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Would you head back after all this, even just to see your family and then head back out?
I think so. I mean, I miss them. I'd like to see them again. And I at least know Keela made it back, so I'd like to see her too. But so yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Family's important.
Do you
have a sister? Did you know that?
No. Is she still in the Feywild?
Yeah. She was kind of the only one in my family that I got along with still. I think if I miss the Feywild, she's probably what I miss about it. But I understand, you know, the importance of family and old friends and reconnecting.
You haven't seen her since you left?
No. I honestly wouldn't know how to get back even if I wanted to.
I mean, there must be someone we can find that can at least get a message to her, right?
You know, I might be able to send her a message, but I don't even know what I would say at this point, so. Just haven't tried. You know, the first one I reached out to was Reggie, so.
And, you know, I'm really happy you got to see her again, Reggie. You know, I spend a lot of time not knowing what to say. I mean, it's gotten worse since I've been in the Astral Sea, but I was always sort of like that. I think even if you don't know what to say, that your sister would appreciate at least knowing you're alive, right?
Yeah, I guess. You are kind of smart, Helionyx.
Not really, no. I'm just good with... I can just build things. It's...
That's pretty smart.
I mean, you build things too. You're pretty smart. And Helios sort of subconsciously rubs the little microchip earring you made them.
Yeah, but you make things that actually work. I just make things that look cool.
I mean, that's their purpose, though. To look cool. To make the people you gave them feel good, right? I feel like just because I make faulty baby monitors doesn't mean that what I make is any cooler than what you make, right?
Beg to differ, but this is pretty cool though. The bracelet that you made me, I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, well, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, and that you're still wearing it. It looks really nice on you.
You do start to hear this like kind of strange plucking sound. Iker, if you want to make a performance check as Iker has been slowly, stealthily making their way through the pipe as you both have been distracted by each other, has come out of the pipe and has started to play. What is it that Iker plays?
Iker has this long, stringy protrusion that has formed out of its back. Ooh, I'm going to use a luck point. This is worth it. No!
What did you get?
I got a 7. Iker has plopped their goo onto the ground in the workshop and kind of like slunk up. They are plucking at these like fleshy harp strings that kind of like protrude out of their back, and playing what to them is a classic love song for plasmoids. Sadly, it consists less of music and more of screeching, and
I'm assuming some gurgles, some bubbling noises that come from the slime.
Lots of swallowing, lots of mucusy sounds. And
just like quietly but raising in volume, Aster and Helionyx, you hear this sound coming from outside of the ship that y'all are in.
Is that...
Do you feel bardically inspired?
I've gotten a bardic disinspiration.
Oh
no! I think Iker found us.
Yeah, I was wondering if that might happen once we cut off their ears in here. I figured
I don't have ears.
But this until the ASMR debut, this was really romantic. Thanks for setting it up, Helio.
Thanks for coming after I yelled fire and made you think that something was really wrong with the ship. Sorry again about that. I've had a really good time with you, Aster.
Yeah.
Outside of this, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Iker, get out!
Iker like slides.
Maybe we could do this again sometime without the live studio audience.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the mood is ruined by Iker, but with the possibility for another day. We'll come back together. Yes, anything else? This down.
Did we make any progress on the data crystal? Because I think we were supposed to actually do that.
Oh, right. Lux.
If they start to work on it, I will cast Enhanceability on Helionics for advantage on those checks.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll say that you guys all come together. Lex can be there too, as you kind of and I think also you would have, if it sounds good to y'all, it is you at this point you are in possession of the crystal, so if you wanted to work on it by yourselves you can. You also have Reggie, who knows something about, kind of has the most overview of what's going on. Ik, who's been working on the data crystal, and Niskissa is their other tech expert.
Yeah, I mean, can I approach what is his name? Ik?
Yes.
Ik,
yes.
to just Ik?
Papa Ik.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Approach Papa Ik, be like, can you help me look at this and hold up the crystal?
Oh, definitely. Yes, I've been working on it. I'm sure you're a better hacker, it sounds like.
I mean, don't put yourself down, man. I'm sure you're fine.
Yes. No, keep doing that. Keep doing that. That's fine.
Hacking is just typing. Anybody could do it.
Technically correct, yeah.
Wonderful. What I've been able to find is that there seems to be 3 sections. There's a kind of a encryption that seems to be about kind of overall blueprints of the station, another that is about security protocols that seems to have a higher level of encryption, and then the highest level is about what they are doing there, the project itself.
Okay. Do we need to tackle each of these individually, or if we...
Yeah, I think they're all separate encryptions that we'd have to tackle one at a time.
Okay. Well, let's try out the easiest one first, right?
Sure. Yeah. Aster, you cast Enhanceability. What does that look like?
I mean, all of Aster's magic is very subtle. Probably just like going up behind Aster or behind Helionics and like encouragingly grabbing your shoulders, like you got this. Like, yeah.
Wow, get a room.
It's like the friendly, like.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a tech check with advantage.
What does enhanceability do?
That'll give you. Yeah, that'll give you advantage.
Oh, okay.
On intelligence based. I'm assuming intelligence for 10.
19. Thank you for the advantage. I also rolled in that one.
Love it. Yeah, with a 19, you start with the blueprints, and this is where let me get my Roll20 up. I'm working again. You feel you are able to go through and start to decrypt the blueprints. You see that it does seem to be a station. You see that there are these large arrays on either side, and then a central complex, kind of small in a way. It's not huge. 1 second, just taking a second for Roll20 to load. Come on.
I think Helio shows this to everyone by doing the thing with their goggles where they put the blueprint on there and then project it up, so it's sort of like Iron Man projection, the same way that the like intro videos will play through them.
Yeah. So this. So you guys can see, you're able to decrypt an entire image that displays on a big screen in your workshop. And you see this is the blueprints for the station.
Huh.
Interesting. Nova Station. Which I definitely read as Nova Scotia.
Time to go on vacation.
They have 2 labs, which is interesting. Okay. Cool.
Wonderful. Yeah. You're welcome to peruse this as you like. Would you like to make another tech check to decrypt the next section?
I would.
While they're making a tech check, can I make an insight check, like just like looking over the station, like to try to start formulating kind of like a plan of attack? Like, should we cut the power supplies first? Things like that.
I think, unfortunately, I don't think you could use an insight, but you could use investigation, or tech, if you'd like, or even history, if you'd like to like go into Icar's experience with different, their vast experience with the galaxy.
Okay. I'll do investigation.
Okay. Wonderful. That goes for anybody else too. If you guys would like to like puzzle out things with this image, you're welcome to.
Could I?
With a 14 tech check, you aren't able to fully decrypt the information on the security, but you are able to get bits and pieces. What you learn is there's only the 2 airlocks. It's the only way in and out. There seems to be a let's see. With a 14, you're able to tell that there seems to be an alarm system that is running throughout the station that is kind of a detection system in every room and on the outside. Reggie had kind of warned you guys that if you have active tech, it might send off their sensors. It seems like this detection and this alarm system, if it goes off, could lock down. Between each of these rooms is a full airlock. And if it is tripped, all airlocks will shut and lock. You're also aware that there seems to be a force of some type of automatons. There does seem to be like a security force there, although you're not sure how many.
Okay. All of that checks out. Of course, relay all the information to that. So I see that there's some sort of like automaton security measures. Do you have any experience with how hard that might be? Do you think that's including like Pip and stuff? Do you think those are going to be like controlled people? Or do you
I
think
was
they're
wondering if like Pip and the other autonomes would be like working, or if they would be held in one of the holding areas, like prisoners.
You get Reggie says, I think there are, what we've seen before with the Conexus is they have, kind of, I don't know, we call them like murder droids, just as a kind of slang, in the UAH, but they're essentially automatons that have no intelligence programmed into them except for that of like war and strategy and combat abilities. Those are usually their security force on their higher up projects.
Okay. There's one more thing I can decrypt, right?
Yes. Go ahead and make another tech. And unfortunately, yeah, with the 7 investigation, you're not sure. It's a little hard. Like I said, anybody that would like to make investigation checks or history or whatever, tech, whatever you guys think, as Helionics kind of brings these blueprints up onto a screen. And very nice. With a 19, you are able to partially decrypt some of the information here. You are able, there is 2 holding areas. You get information that holding area 2, the secondary holding area, is a small, like 5 by 5 by 5 case of some kind that is specifically you read in the blueprints that it has to be soundproof.
Okay.
You also are able to tell that there are logs concerning like food, and so there's definitely food being sent to and from this station. It seems like the vast majority of it is non like humanoid food. And the second,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, just the main holding area is a huge cylinder that is about 50 feet tall, and 20 or 30 feet in diameter. It is specifically formulated to be airtight and watertight, and you see that it has lots of tubes and different devices connected to it throughout that room.
Very concerning. It's very concerning information.
Yeah.
Where look at the food options and try and figure out if it's like, by not humanoid you mean like animals or like other species, like plasmoids or like.
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check. As Helionics is bringing up kind of, you just see like all these things being brought up on the screen of varying little, like some blueprints, some like work orders, lots of bureaucracy. You all know that enough from the Conexus to know that there is a lot of paperwork related to anything. Let's see, that is
15.
A 15. Whereas you're like looking over the blueprints and talking to Helionics, you get the sense that these tanks, you kind of recognize some of the construction, that they are designed to hold in wild space for creatures that need to be within wild space. Or not wild space, the Astral Sea. They are little things of similar design that you guys would sometimes take. I mean, most of the time you would try not to disturb things. You were mostly just report and investigate, but occasionally you would have to rescue animals from the Astral Sea, and then you would use these type of tanks.
Okay. Like aquariums.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So that's where the Astral Sea is going.
Seems to be.
Yeah, but like, why would they need more?
Maybe they're like,
Farming something?
maybe after a certain amount of time they need to replenish the tank, or maybe they have like a lot of things that they're keeping in a bunch of different stations that are bigger than just this one.
Or maybe they're holding something that's much bigger than what they've needed a tank for before. My mother, she was smaller than when I last saw her. Much smaller. I wonder if perhaps they managed to somehow take part of her and are trying to use it somehow.
Oh, see, I thought that she just hadn't eaten in a while.
I thought she was kind of large. I didn't
Oh
say that.
no. She was quite thin, very terrible.
Minuscule.
Frail, even.
Frail. Okay. All right.
If that happened, would that bit be like Plantric and like a new mother ooze? An ant ooze, if you will?
I don't
That is highly
know.
distressing.
Like a twin. Can I do like some kind of roll to see if I can figure out where the autonomes would be kept?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, investigation or history are both two that would work.
Yeah, I tried investigation for that, but I rolled a 4, so I don't know.
I rolled a 5. It's a mystery.
Mhm. Hard to tell.
Could I also try an investigation roll, but do it by saying where do you think they might be holding autonomes based off of these blueprints? And I mean, I feel like you would know the best. And either I give you advantage or you give me advantage on it, whatever you'd like.
That sounds. I mean, I actually have thoughts, but it's probably better if you roll. I mean, to where are they experimenting on them, or are they possessions? Because that's going to depend on if it adds to the holding areas.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my emboldening
13.
bond on where Mayor and Helionics. So you can add a d4 to that. I forgot that that's not concentration, and it's basically like bless.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
a little
17.
late, but
Nice. You think that let me see. So the first thing when you and Ware are talking about this, you've both in the last episode you were looking into these kind of control devices. You both, through talking about it, think that there is probably to be able to have control over something that's as intelligent and independent as an autonome. They would have to have like short range transmitters in every room. So with that check, you're able to tell that communications array is probably a central location. There are probably separate arrays in every room to be able to continue this control. You also think, Roll20 was a little too hard on my computer, so I closed it. But essentially, if you can see in the where the green circle is, in the very center, the room to the right, directly to the right of that, you think would make the most likely storage area, a place that is easily accessible where autonomes could leave from and be centrally located.
The 4-unit storage area?
Yes, exactly.
So if we take out 5, it should drop the hold over the autonomes on the ship.
Do you know how to break one of those things, Helium? Do we just smash it?
I mean,
I'm good at smashing.
I think Meyer can just hit it with the sword and it would be good, right? As long as it's not
boom
functioning.
boom. It will
Would
probably
that
bring
hurt
the murder droids, though.
What did you say, Hannah?
I said, will that hurt them?
Oh. Destroying the...
Like, suddenly destroying the thing, opposed to turning it off.
Let's see. You can make an insight check, Ware.
Can I give Ware advantage on that?
Definitely.
and you get a d4.
Oh, awesome. I totally didn't actually roll that damage. Do that again. Second. And a d4.
Yeah.
This is a 22.
22. Very nice. You think where just like on a very intuitive level of knowing your own kind of physiology and being able to talk to Helio, you don't think it would be painful or anything. You think it would probably be either an immediate release and just like them coming back to themselves, or it might trigger a like reboot.
If we
Okay,
destroy
so it's
the
probably fine.
communications central, it will probably bring the murder droids, though.
Unless they
Yeah, I
also
feel-
rely on the communication network.
Yeah, but then aren't they just going to be like non-controlled murder droids?
Do we know how the murder droids work?
If anyone would like to do history or tech,
We'll try.
see if you know.
Ah,
I know this is very intelligence based.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna roll because I don't think Helio knows anything about these things.
Mhm.
I'm just
Nine.
gonna hope that I came
9.
across
I'll give it
something.
a shot
Mhm.
because
Oh,
I've,
for sure.
mingled with people before.
Yes.
I got a 19 investigation.
Oh,
I got a
nice.
I got a-
14 history.
I have 12 history.
Okay.
Dives into their pile of stuff
Mhm.
in the workshop, and they're like, I don't have a whole one, but I do have an arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a lot of things. You have definitely encountered these on your various like collection of offerings. Sometimes there are people there, and sometimes it was the Codexus. And today,
And sometimes they are. Sometimes Icar is hungry. You know.
Mhm. You are aware that they are always carry blasters along with laser swords. They are very, very skilled in melee combat and are like good kind of like almost fencing in the way that they fight. You know that, let me think. Oh, well, I can show you. This is what you remember them looking like. Yes, I do.
Oh no, Dark C-3PO.
They don't have mouths or anything, unlike autognomes and other automatons you've seen. They are a completely blank face with 2 large eyes that have dark vision and are definitely better than human eyes, although they don't seem to have any like X-ray capabilities that you know of.
and specifically for our purposes, do we know if they're controlled by something that would be in like the communication central, or are they just designed to be murder droids?
You know that they use power, so they have to use power banks to recharge. They are kind of like a separate system, so they're not completely controlled. There is a like central command usually in these places where members can actually like exert control over all of them, but they will also act individually.
I won't be so bold as to ask for like a permanent one of these, but if Icar actually does like have an arm from one of these, is there any way that I could look at it and make maybe 1 or 2 like disruptors or like stun things that would specifically like pause these things for 1 round or stop them from acting, that I could make 1 or 2 of in the time before we get there?
Yeah, go ahead and make a tech check as you're looking at this.
Okay.
With advantage.
Also occurs-
D4.
Haha.
If they use a different command system, we could shut down the one controlling the autognomes and then try and hack in to the one controlling the murder robots.
It's a 21 for my tech check.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to kind of look through their wiring and you're looking for flaws. And you realize there is a certain frequency of electricity that could like stun them momentarily for something like a round. Might be kind of difficult. You know, there's a few ways you could do this. You could try to like modify a laser rifle to give this blast, or probably something that would be have a higher efficacy would be something that you can like touch them with to be able to put a jolt through them at a certain frequency that'll just stun them for a little bit.
Okay. Could I attempt over whatever the time we have left to use maybe a combination of my smith's tools and my tinker tools to modify my quarterstaff, where I might have either 1 or 2 times that I can, when I cast lightning lure, I can have it also use that property to stun them instead of using the actual properties of the spell for the times that I use it.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah, I am gonna have you make a tech check. We'll do like a little tiny mini sound check because apparently we got some sound issues. If all y'all want to mute for a second, you can see if it is me. Perhaps that is the static. Is it me? Yes. No. Maybe so. Yes, it is. Okay. Cool. Let me turn off my fan and see if that helps.
It's only happening
Anybody?
sometimes.
Ooh, interesting.
And it only just started.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I've heard of this before, that you can't put your phone near your microphone. I don't know why that is, but I'm gonna see if that's it. Does it sound better now?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's why you can't have phones backstage when people have mics on stage.
I
That
have an understanding of how that works.
it's also why does my Wi-Fi stop working when the microwave goes on? I don't know, and it creeps me out.
Confusing for me.
Wonderful. Well, we figured out the problem. Okay. Yes. Go ahead and make a tech check to design and engineer your little lightning lure modification.
I just rolled with advantage. Did I have advantage? Did I?
You still
yeah,
have
you still
enhanced
have-
ability, and you still have a D4.
Okay.
Enhanced ability lasts for an hour. D4 lasts for 10 minutes, I think.
That's going to be a 25.
Nice. On a 25, you are able to basically create, I would say, 6 charges of this that you can use if you want to write down. That
Have
will
it
stun
noted.
for until the start of your next turn.
Bless you, DMM. You have given me
Amazing. Oh, yeah. You had an arm, apparently.
Everything is the show.
It's great.
Listen, you miss all the shots you don't take.
I love it. No, it sounds great. Yeah. Anything else that people would like to look at? No?
I think just
What did we get for the last one again? Can I do a check? I don't know what it would be about this like soundproof case.
Yeah, go ahead and do a nature check.
Oh, nature. Okay.
That's disconcerting.
I mean, where's a druid? It just may make sense. But I got a 1. I got a
Oh
nat.
no.
A nat one?
I got a nat 1.
There's been a lot of nat ones in this game. You're not sure. You haven't had to, you personally, you never had to transport anything that you had to soundproof.
Can I do an investigation?
If you'd like to glean anything.
Yeah. No, that's an 8.
Yeah, but you are able to tell from before that there are these seem to be holding tanks of some kind that seem to hold pieces of the astral sea inside of them.
Okay, if we're talking about it out loud, then I would also roll for the soundproofing. That's a 19.
You do also get a D4, if that makes a difference.
That's a 22.
Nice. Yeah, I think on a 22, Mayor, you've explored the galaxy enough to have dealt with a lot of different things, and one of them is a small creature, something that you think would fit in this tank, that is called the Zedruck shrimp. It's a small kind of cute creature that exists in wild space, but it also is able to send out auditory stimuli And through this, it's able to harm, incapacitate, or control other living beings.
With this 22, would I know like how smart it is?
They are it's hard to tell, like animal intelligence. They don't have societies or anything, and they don't. So far, what's known is that they don't seem to have a spoken language. It seems to be almost more like eels, in their like kind of natural ability, and it's mostly used to like lure in prey, things like that.
Will I relay this to everyone? Well, I think it's a shrimp. Seem shrimpy.
I mean, control.
Are they having a fish fry or something?
Might have some kind of large mind control plan.
Oh, that too.
That would be upsetting.
More consistent with their like goals, though.
Yes, not surprising, just upsetting.
I wonder if the stuff that you found on the chip is enough evidence to prove that they've been taking parts of the astral sea, or if they need more that we would have to find on the ship.
Well, if we leave it at this, then those poor autonomes will still be in their possession.
Well, no, we're still going to the ship. I was more wondering if we need to also kind of try to, I don't know, hack the mainframe. Is that what they say?
Yes, you use a keyboard for that.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
I
do
know
use
that
a
now.
keyboard for that, yes.
Can we just take some photos of like the tanks?
To go ahead and do an insight check, where, as you did fall around your scientist, going through the General Assembly, meeting new people. What'd you get?
I got a 21.
Ooh, damn. Nice. With a 21, you would know there is, especially because of your work with the Ecology Center, there's not necessarily anything illegal about taking out, there's definitely nothing illegal about taking out parts of wild space, especially on a small scale. So you do know exotic pet collectors are like in this kind of pseudo-legal space where technically you shouldn't be taking from the astral sea. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you meant astral sea, not wild space, right?
Yes, astral sea. Sorry, I keep doing that. Yes. I think just because I like the term wild space, I do think it's badass. But yes, so the astral sea, you know that there's not necessarily anything against taking parts of that. There's even like little collectors that you can get like a little vial of astral sea that kind of swirls and stuff like that. There's the potential, if it's a protected species, that might be enough. But this would be kind of small scale. It wouldn't be the type of thing that you think like the Congressional Republic would see as like a huge, overstep. They would kind of just say like, "Oh, you should release that animal."
Astro, I don't think it's enough.
Okay, so
'Cause,
we
like,
do
people
have to.
collect. Yeah, because people collect stuff from the astral sea anyways. So like,
They
And
might
while
get
not-
a small fine, but they wouldn't be executed, which is what we want.
So we have to find proof about whatever they're doing with this mind control shit that.
or
is
how
taking
much they're
place.
taking.
Or how much they're taking.
Like, so hack the mainframe or find a filing cabinet.
Bring a keyboard.
Okay.
So we're trying to be sneaky.
I mean, that's what we need to talk
At
about.
first,
Trying to be sneaky.
At first.
I think once we start messing with, the command systems, it'll be pretty obvious that we're there. We might want to go in 2 groups. One to take out the command system and potentially fight the murder droids, and then the other to free the autonomes. And what other creatures are there?
I don't know.
I would also. I'd also be interested. I feel like at least someone needs to go because we're also looking for proof documents, right? And autonomes are proof, right? But it would also be. I would like to be able to go and try and download some stuff from their main computers in the communications area, maybe before we fully destroy it, so we can have records of current updated logs, that sort of thing.
Well, and that's beside where we think the autonomes might be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so team rescue autonomes / get evidence, and team fight the murder bots.
I think the murder bots are just going to come wherever we are.
I don't know. Maybe if one team can be stealthy, the other team can hold off the murder bots.
Yeah, if they're all drawn towards one thing, then it'll be less likely for the people that are... It could be that there's a distraction team, and then there's a team that will turn off the communications and then just open the door and free the autonomes, right?
Yeah.
That could work. I think we try sneaking in first, and then if we get caught, we lie and tell them that we're from corporate and need a tour of the facilities for a surprise inspection.
We can make name tags. That might help.
I'm good at name tags. I'll wear a mustache.
I don't need one. And Iker holds out their wrist with the bracelet on it that says Icky.
You should probably use a fake name.
Mermaid.
Note, writes an S, sticks it on. Now you're sticky.
Sticky.
You're ready to go undercover.
Did you just write an S or an ST?
Sticky.
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 Sicky is also very funny.
Starts trying to suction cup themselves to the wall, Mission Impossible style. Nah.
Mm-hmm. I could feed you more slime. That might help.
We also have more people. Do we know what they do?
Yeah, you see that they've all kind of gathered. Ick says, I'm mostly just a tech guy. I could help Helionics hack if you like, but I'm not great in a fight, and I'm not too stealthy. And you see this, he's this huge guy in armor. I could come if you want. Reggie says, looks at Aster and says, I'm always up for an adventure. And you see Twist Top is you're not leaving me behind. I'm doing this. We're
So cute.
I mean, I guess if you want to stealth, I will say, and Reggie does say, Twist Top, if you go, you might have to just stealth and then not attack anyone. And just so you know, when you see Twist Top, just I have a feeling things are going to turn bad. Yeah, I think things are going to turn bad, and I'm just assuming. So let's get some stuff done.
That's a fair assumption. Connects us.
Also, I don't know that we're very stealthy.
Yeah.
I have something to help with that.
Ooh.
Well, if my powers are still working okay.
Wait, are your powers not working, Iker?
Some of them, yes. Others, I look up just at the light that's nearest, and I point at it to try to do a simple just on-off cantrip.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d100.
Yeah, here we go. 77. What happens?
Yeah, you feel it go out, turns off.
Okay,
something
yes,
supposed to happen,
very
Iker?
reliable. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Ah, that sounds like a lie. Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah.
1 second. Let me roll. 24.
Okay.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Well, if you say so, you certainly wouldn't lie to us right before a big fight where we all might die, right?
Absolutely not. You can count on Iker.
All right, counting on Iker, counting on Iker.
I'll choose to not think about the time where you did lie to us right before a big fight where we all could have gotten killed.
Yep.
Well, I feel like Iker's turned over a new leaf since then. You
Is it
know,
like
very reliable.
Who fears
Said
I
we're not going
learned
back.
my lessons.
You know, good friend all around.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I have a thing that I can do to help too, which is not probably the same thing.
Yay.
What's everyone's stealth like?
Ooh.
Oh, well,
See,
you know,
I
have
am sneaky.
4 is mine.
with the armor and the arthritis, it's just a lot to. Mayor has a -1.
And I can either do pass without a trace or invisibility to cameras.
Ooh.
Pass without a trace is AoE. Invisibility to cameras, I think, is like 3 people. So
Invisibility to cameras would be awesome. Are they both concentration?
they're both. I can't do them at the same time.
I can talk. Is invisibility to cameras one that any of us could have taken?
Yes,
Yes, it is.
Is it
I
a
think it
spell
is
or
one.
a cantrip?
it's
It's
a
a
third
spell.
level spell.
Okay.
I couldn't have
probably
it.
didn't- I could have that. I could update my 3rd level spells because I don't think when we added
Okay.
3rd levels, I went through like the
Mhm.
tech spells or whatever. So I can have that. So I could do the invisibility, and then you could do the pass
It's
without
only
trace.
a minute, so like it'll be like emergency.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
we'll just I'll hold on to it and we'll have to time it right. But
But
yeah,
that
I
also
could.
works better if I'm wild ship because pass without a trace I can keep up.
Okay,
I can't cast.
yeah. So I can pack the invisibility to cameras when we do this.
Oh yeah. Not only do I have a -1 in stealth, I have disadvantage.
I was about to say I didn't want to be like teacher, but I was like, oh, that's heavy armor. I do
Yeah.
believe that is disadvantage as well.
Mayor is not very stealthy. That's why I got caught in the memory sequence.
Oh, terrible. I love this.
I mean, we don't have enough people potentially to also enhance ability because that would at least get rid of your disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be fine.
And Iker is sneaky enough on their own. So if anyone needs to be like left out of any of those spells, leave Iker out.
Yeah, like I could also just do enhance ability at first, and then in a pinch use the invisibility to cameras. Because if that one only lasts a minute, might as well try to cancel out that disadvantage first.
On mine, for some reason, it says 10 minutes. I might have it.
I also could have put it in wrong. That's very possible.
I'm not sure.
We shall see.
Also,
Yes, Chelsea.
potentially use the invisibility to cameras for the team that's trying to get evidence, and maybe that'll keep the murder bots off our tail for a second.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If
I think
Iker's
a 3rd level spell, right? Is invisibility a 2nd level spell? I believe, like
Invisibility
actual
is a second
real
level.
invisibility. I would say invisibility to cameras. I can I'll modify it, especially because it's a homebrew spell. That it is 10 minutes, and it'll be like an area of effect, similar to
Oh,
pass
have
without
no
trace.
trace.
Mhm.
That makes it so much better.
Well,
Nice.
a 3rd level spell slot, that's a lot, and I want to make sure it's like fair for that high of a level.
for sure.
So 30-foot radius. Okay.
And y'all are level 6, right? So that's your highest level
Yes.
slot.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be level 7 if you let us.
We could
Hey.
get those 4th level spells.
Right.
I want an
right.
extra attack. I didn't level up to have it.
Are you sure you don't want to do extra prep to modify the fights?
Yeah. We'll see. I'm very excited to see what happens with this facility. There's a lot there that I've already prepped.
I'm so excited to see if any of us survive.
Don't say it like that.
I'm sure some of us will survive.
Right.
Don't
At
say it
least,
like that.
at least one or two. I don't know. Who knows?
It ends up taking you about 6 days to get across wild space to near enough where you can see this thing, but know that you're still out of range of detection. You are able to. What was I going to say? Oh, can't remember. Let's see. We were talking about thing. Yeah.
We
Can't remember
arrive
now.
at the station.
Yes. Oh, yes. In that 6 days, you are able to tell that Reggie, Aster would know this just from having been with Reggie for so long, is very good, like stealthy fighter, and Twist Top is a rogue. You would know, Iker, that Papa Ik has no class necessarily. They are just an expert in their field. So it's completely up to y'all who you chose to take with you. We will end the session with your first look. As you guys are far enough away now, you see that Lux brings up the holographic screen on the deck to be able to see farther. You see that she's actually hooked up the telescope that's helped you see into the astral plane to kind of give a bigger arcane boost to your traditional system that you have on Plantric. As you look forward, you see a station with these large arrays on either side, a central complex that you see in the center. And you also see just off to the side, you see that Lux does the enhance thing, very stealthily, very hard to see. You see a huge ship that is orbiting this station that seems to be a protector. And that is where we will end our session. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will... next session might be our finale of Tales of the Astral. Please join us next session. We'll also record our after show right after this. Thank you for watching. See you soon, Space Cadets.